Reason 1, the measurement of the giants. Why the 3.4-kilometer giant does not negate Enoch. Reason 1, the measurement of the giant's size. The exact size of a giant, especially a 3.4-kilometer giant, cannot be definitively determined. The cubit, a key ancient measurement, is widely debated. We need to reconsider traditional standards. As an architect, I prefer the Egyptian cubit, which is approximately 11 feet tall. If we use this as the standard, even a giant 11 feet tall could be easily taken down by ancient weapons like slingshots, but Azazel had taught humanity the art of weaponry with use of antimony. Why this matters when Enoch mentions antimony. Antimony is an enhancing the composition. In ancient alchemy and early firearm development, antimony was sometimes used as a metal to help form alloys or as an additive in gunpowder to improve its quality. It's also known for its role in strengthening lead alloys, which may have been useful for crafting bullets or cannonballs in early firearm technology. Longer lifespan and time for discovery. Ancient humans, particularly in the times before the flood, as described in texts like the Book of Enoch, are believed to have lived for centuries. With such an extended lifespan, it stands to reason that an individual could dedicate their entire life to mastering fields of study that would normally take many generations to perfect. This prolonged time frame could lead to a faster rate of technological discovery and refinement, especially when you consider that many ancient civilizations were already highly skilled in architecture, mathematics, astronomy, and metallurgy. Reason 2, the role of alchemy and explosive technology. If Azazel taught humanity the use of alchemy and explosive materials like antimony, giants of any size could be defeated. Physical strength alone would not suffice against such advanced weaponry. With the knowledge of alchemy and explosive materials, humans could craft powerful weapons that would overwhelm even the largest giants. This technology could level the playing field between giants and humans, making it possible to bring down even the most towering creatures. Reason 3, ancient technology was far more advanced than we realize. Ancient civilizations had far more advanced technology than we currently understand. As an architect, I can tell you that constructing monuments like Stonehenge or the Great Pyramids using the heavy equipment we have today is practically impossible. It's not just a matter of scale, it's about how these ancient structures were created with precision and skill that we still don't fully comprehend. This hints at the possibility that ancient technologies were far more sophisticated than our modern capabilities, which is crucial when considering the size and strength of giants. Reason 4, advancements in technology due to longer lifespans. Ancient humans had the advantage of long lifespans, which allowed them to accumulate knowledge and technological advances over centuries. It only took a few decades for us to invent computers and atomic bombs, but in the past, humanity had centuries to refine their knowledge. This extended period of learning would have enabled the development of technologies far ahead of their time, including methods to combat giant beings. Reason 5, nothing new under the sun. There is nothing new under the sun. This is a biblical truth that validates the idea that ancient civilizations possessed technologies similar to or even more advanced than those of today. What has been is already done, and what is to come is a reflection of what happened before. This principle helps us understand the recurring patterns of history and technology, and it applies to the existence and defeat of giants. Reason 6, the need for giant size to cause global chaos. If the flood was a global catastrophe, giants must have been large enough to contribute to the scale of destruction required. A giant of 3.4 kilometers would match the scale of chaos needed to cause massive devastation across the entire Earth. The size of these giants directly correlates with the need for widespread destruction and chaos that would be felt globally, aligning with the biblical narrative of the flood. Reason 7, The role of Azazel in teaching weaponry. Azazel taught humanity how to create weapons, and this knowledge would be crucial in defeating giants. Even if a giant was of immense size, the advanced weaponry humanity possessed would make them vulnerable. Azazel's teachings would have provided the tools necessary to counter even the largest threats, leveling the playing field between humans and giants. Reason 8. The unfathomable power of ancient weaponry. Considering that alchemy, explosive materials, and advanced weaponry were available to humans in ancient times, defeating a giant would not be as impossible as some claim. Even if a giant was physically overwhelming, the advanced technology of ancient civilizations, including explosive weapons and alchemical processes, could easily overpower such creatures. The giant's physicality would be no match for the destructive force of these weapons. Reason 9. The monuments we can't explain. Look at the monumental structures around the world. We cannot explain how they were built, whether by humans, machines, or giants. The precision with which stones were cut, the scale of ancient ruins, and the impossibility of recreating such feats with modern technology all point to a different kind of civilization. The dolmens, the pyramids, the stones that are perfectly shaped, all of these raise questions that we cannot fully answer. It's easy to dismiss the idea of giants when we consider these anomalies, but they should be examined as part of a broader narrative that includes beings far beyond what we can understand today. Reason 10. The giant's role in the biblical narrative. The giants described in texts like 1 Enoch and the Book of Giants play a significant role in the history of humanity. The size of these giants, their involvement in the corruption of humanity, and their eventual defeat are key elements of the biblical story. As we study these ancient texts, we see that the giant's presence was not just a physical phenomenon but a spiritual one as well. They were part of a larger narrative of divine judgment, and their defeat represents a triumph of divine power over the forces of chaos. Reason 11. The Ark and the Cave of Treasures. The Ark was built near a special mountain, possibly near the Cave of Treasures. Some might refer to this as Mount Olympus, but this is the real deal, an area with a unique status. The sons of Jared went down the mountain, but they could never return once they were tempted by Genon, the first rock star, who lured them with music. The terrain itself, which becomes fiery and inhospitable, would prevent any giant from returning to the mountain. The giants were forced to stay in the domain of chaos, unable to ascend or return to the place of divine safety. Reason 12. The need for a giant to match the Leviathan. In the Book of Job and the Book of Giants, we learn of the Leviathan, a massive creature that would require an equally massive adversary to defeat. A giant must be of sufficient size and strength to combat such a beast, and the biblical narrative confirms that a giant did indeed kill the Leviathan. God sent an angel to kill Mao, as recorded in the Dead Sea Scrolls, further confirming the existence of such giants and their role in the cosmic battle between good and evil. Reason 13. Understanding key questions from ancient texts. You cannot debunk the existence of giants or other ancient phenomena unless we are all on the same page regarding the ancient texts. I've studied 1 Enoch, 2 Enoch, the books of Adam and Eve, Jasher, Jubilees, 2 Esdras, 2 Baruch, the Apocalypse of Paul, the Shepherd of Hermas, the Epistle of Barnabas, and the Gospel of Nicodemus. These texts offer vital insights that help explain the presence of giants, demons, and angels in the ancient world, shedding light on crucial theological questions. Take, for example, Melchizedek. Who is he, and where did he come from? The traditional narrative offers little insight into his origin, but the ancient texts provide a deeper understanding of Melchizedek's role and his significance, especially in the context of God's eternal priesthood. Consider the angel of the bottomless pit. How did an angel come to be associated with such a horrific place? How can God create demons? It's a common misconception to believe that God created demons. God did not create demons. These beings are fallen angels, corrupted by their own will as a result of their rebellion. This rebellion led to the creation of hybrid beings, half human and half angel, known as giants or Nephilim. The Greeks worshipped them as gods, a concept already anticipated in the Book of Enoch. This parallels how modern culture celebrates characters like Zeus in Marvel movies, especially the absurd portrayal of God as if he were Thanos. The worst offender might be Deadpool. We should not be watching these movies that mock God as if he is just a fictional character. Hollywood has made God the enemy in their narratives, and it's all part of a phenomenon called predictive programming. Then there are questions like, what happened to Lazarus? He died again. Are we seriously going to treat this as a trivial event? Hades is not a hotel, and resurrection is not a simple matter of people just coming back to life only to die again. Remember, Lazarus mocked Hades like a flying eagle. Do you mean to say that Hades gets the last laugh after he returns? Ha ha ha. It is appointed for man once to die. The cycle of death and resurrection isn't just about the physical, it's about the eternal. Who are the people in Revelation 5? Why are they present, and why do we ignore the answers easily found in Nicodemus? The keys to understanding these mysteries are available to those willing to dig deeper. The reluctance to seek deeper understanding of these issues is striking. It seems that many have become like the scribes and Pharisees, that Jesus condemned those who would not enter in themselves and prevented others from entering. Why is this? The truth is clear in these ancient texts, yet it is often ignored or dismissed, just like the teachings of Christ. Why do we choose to stay blind to the fullness of the Word of God, even when the answers are right there, waiting to be uncovered?